Welcome back to the Metroid Other M commentary. It's okay now. We have cutscenes this time. In fact, Samus can't wait. Choo-choo! Gotta go fast. Oh.
I always found that train sound effect she gets when she's doing the when she's doing the speed booster in this game really
a little on the nose. I like it, but
why have these here when
because
all it
you're
does
gonna
is
have
make
to run
it take
back
long?
the other way. Because you're gonna have to run back the other way, running away from the place falling apart. So they wanted to have an obstacle for you.
Oh, automatically took me out more ball. We got a cutscene.
Oh, they're actually playing something resembling music right now. Ooh, fancy.
So our destination now is Sector 0 because that's where the simulated Torian lies.
Did we just walk into Battlefield Earth with the Dutch angle here, or what?
Yeah. We're 60s Batman, yeah, maybe. But
Resident Metroid 4.
Something's following us. Is the deleter?
This
No, 'cause he
entire
dies off
sequence.
screen. Oh god.
This entire sequence really annoys me because this is this whole build-up to Sector 0 being Torian and the Metroids, and then like it's like the entire section of the game doesn't happen.
The Metroids look like shit in this game. I forgot.
Remember this other game that's way better than this one?
No, I would still play.
Nah,
Honestly,
no,
I'd play
no.
Metroid Other M before Metroid 2.
Metroid 2 is jank. It is jankness.
What
and
about
carnage.
Samus
Return?
Return?
Oh no, I'd play
Samus
Samus Returns.
Returns.
Yeah, I'd play Samus Returns before this, but not. I wouldn't play this before Metroid 2.
But it's over in like 2 hours.
I'm not talking out of my ass here. I have Metroid 2 on my 3DS. It's not fun.
Ooh, what you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. Also, if all it took to make Samus's suit freak out was a shot to the back, why isn't she dead like 5 times by now?
Maybe he hit a pressure point. I don't know. What the hell did he hit her with?
You know what?
You don't know.
I wouldn't be too surprised if the Galactic Federation came up with a gun that could turn off Samus's suit just in case.
Whip out the Samus beam.
Also, did they ever really establish why Samus would kill this Metroid, even though... Oh, well... Oh, there's a mouth under there.
It attempts to attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that they actually had a mouth underneath that... the bottom of whatever they were.
Well, it certainly makes sense to how they siphon the energy out.
Yeah, but it's just one of those weird things you don't think about looking at a Metroid from the bottom, you know?
So why did
Yeah.
Adam shoot her?
Alright, so I think it's so that she wouldn't put up any sort of physical resistance to the plan he has in store.
Yeah, because he plans entirely on blowing up Sector 0 from the inside and sacrificing himself along with that.
Yeah, but you know, if he was gonna do that, he could have just sent her somewhere else.
Yeah.
Shut up, Lewis. Just shut up.
There's no need for this big dramatic goodbye, you know.
I think that Samus is already suspicious of him, so... I don't know.
The fruit of the Galactic Federation's twisted project.
Honestly, again,
Yes.
this game would have had... the relationship between Adam and Samus would have gone much better if they talked to each other. This is the only
Metroids.
full conversation they have in the entire game, from what I can remember. They don't even... Adam kind of talks at her at the beginning to be like, oh, I'm in charge.
Yeah, here's the thing, because
Sector 0
later,
Metroids
earlier
most
in the
likely
game,
frozen.
Adam encounters the deleter
What are you?
in some form or fashion, and he loses the communicator. And then after that, I'm guessing he managed to thwart the
strong
deleter for a bit, and he is able to
Metroid
continue
will
watching
lose
Samus from the monitor. This is all shown to us in the post-game stuff, by the way.
Through genetic
But he never gets the... he never realizes he lost his communicator
way you can destroy them.
and tries to... it's really dumb. I don't...
The infant Metroid.
Yeah, he really doesn't really try and talk to her.
Again,
True.
we'd have the
guess is
relationship
that it was
between
because
Samus and Adam would feel less stilted if they talked to each other more like this. Like, I mean, the plot doesn't make any sense, but,
Definitely propagating
you know, it...
Metroids.
This is something they kind of bring up and they kind of quickly drop off because We can't take that chance. So apparently the Metroids in Sector Zero are not only mass-produced, but they might have overgrown their weakness to the cold.
Their extinction was a wise decision.
Despite the fact that Adam froze that baby Metroid right there, Samus points that out, but then Adam says, true, could have been because it's a baby, but we don't know. But you just gotta have to trust me on this one.
Hang on, Adam.
Hey,
First, I need to know why
you know, Adam, you don't need to sacrifice your life for this. I mean, I kind of eradicated a whole planet full of these things without dying. You know, they might not be freezable, but I, you know, just gotta find out what kills them now.
Yeah, I've got a screw attack, missiles, plasma beam. Yeah, I've got plenty
look,
of shit.
if experience has taught me anything, it's that if I go in there, I'll find an upgrade that'll solve the problem.
Samus, you're not authorized to go in there. Oh, oh, you win this one, Adam.
Motherfucker.
Meanwhile, nothing of importance is happening outside.
You know, our gunship has an arsenal of weaponry according
Yeah,
to
why couldn't we just shoot Sector Zero from the outside?
Because apparently Sector Zero is automatically set to detach itself from the station once it takes enough damage. So just get on the gunship and just shoot the fucking thing until it detaches.
Well, like, I was asking this at the beginning of the game. Why didn't we go on the gunship and get help?
This is the start of an attack by MB against the Federation. One way or
Also,
another,
okay, so
some
here's
sort
a
of
question
attack
that I
is
have.
going
Do
to
you
happen.
think that knowing how Adam dies kind of diminishes
way to
his
divert the ship off
role
its
in
intercept course.
Fusion a little bit?
I've
Am
located
I the only one who
survivor
kind of thinks
room
that?
NW.
I think that him being a
Clear of
crap
non-weapon
character
research.
here kind of diminishes his role in
Whoever it is,
Fusion.
Yeah, I think like his character arc in
Secure the
general
survivor seat.
diminishes it. Because
And
the sacrifice
defeat
part
Ridley.
is sound, but the problem is that I don't
He's as
give a
much of
shit
threat
about
as
this
the
guy.
Metroids.
At least when we only knew him from Fusion, we could sort of imagine this character that Samus had respect for, and, you know, fill in the blanks there. But actually having the character in a subpar form, it's like Darth Vader, you know? Not liking Anakin Skywalker in the prequels kind of makes Darth Vader a little cheaper by association.
You know by playing Fusion, this guy's gonna die. In some part, because Samus points that out herself. Like, he made that sacrifice once. But, okay, so you want to know, alright, cool, what kind of character Adam was before he made that sacrifice? Well, how much did it really mean to Samus? We got our answer,
Sector
and
Zero
I don't
is
like
a
it.
self-defense protocol. If the sector receives a significant
You see,
amount
the
of
problem is that you
unit is
you can, if you
programmed
only
to
look
crash.
at bullet points of the plot, I think you can understand why Samus would respect Adam, I guess, or why she would learn to. Because again, like, I think they show that scene earlier in the game where Samus is like, "What the hell? You let Ian, whoever the hell he is, die." And then she realizes that in this scene that, okay, he didn't let him die because he's cold. He let him die because he would let himself die if it was for the good of the mission. If you only look at the bullet points, it kind of makes sense. It's just that there's no... God, it's...
Samus,
There's no... But
I wish I
the
could battle
connecting arc between those 2 points
But I
doesn't really work, I guess, if that makes sense.
unlike you, I'm no galactic savior. I'm merely human.
I'm just the commanding officer of the enormous galaxy-sized Galactic Federation.
I mean, again, I get this.
You
It's
should be
just like he
completely
values himself less than Samus, so
isn't
he
much
would
time.
rather have him die than Samus. Which, okay,
Get
sure,
started on our missions.
whatever. I mean, that would work
Sorry
if,
for getting a little rough with you.
like, they try.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short, though, dude. You're a CO.
They're just,
You didn't get up there just for... I don't
everyone
know.
else is dead, though. He's the only one left.
Yeah, because he's the CO.
Okay, so the parts before this, I actually don't. It's not written well, but I don't have too much of a problem with it in like theory. I don't like the Samus's suit not working stuff. I don't get it. Like, what's it supposed to? It's supposed to show that she's emotionally sad about it? Because you could just have the acting do that if you got
Well,
a better
it's been
director.
it's not exactly explained, but we've always known that when Samus drops to 0 health in the 2D games, well, not always, but we've known for a while that when Samus drops to 0 health in the 2D games, her suit just sort of goes away, and that's her death animation.
Well, some
but-
games it explodes, some games it doesn't. You know.
It's all kind of weird.
I never got the body language here though in this scene, because I get that she was shot in the back, but it looked for a bit that the suit was actively holding her back from reaching at him. Like,
I think that's
how much pain are you in that you can't even walk properly yet? I'm just a little confused.
I guess that she would be, like, if she was really, really stunned and weak, I guess it would make sense that she couldn't move well. But then again, it seems like she can move around just kind of... She doesn't look like she's injured, I guess is the best way to put it, you know?
They're very non-specific about what kind of shape Samus is in there. Like, it's all like, oh, you should be fully healed soon.
Like, if they, it would...
But she has the body language of someone that's drunk.
It would make more sense if Adam just said, my gun deactivated your suit, it'll turn back on in 30 minutes, or something like that, you know? That would make more sense than having it sort of turn on, sort of not turn on. She acts like she's drunk or whatever. To me, it makes the scene feel more melodramatic than dramatic.
The person who understood me best. The closest thing to a father I had.
What about the Chozo?
They were bird people.
Thoughts swirled through my head.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean? Racist?
No, it's speciesist, John. We've gone over this. All right, it's not. They're different species, so it doesn't count.
I was the only
Although,
one
yeah,
who
the fact that they
witnessed
just kind of
Adam's
ignore the
last
fact
moment.
that the Chozo exists
And
is
that
kind of a
shook me.
plot hole,
I was
and
calmer than I usually
but I mean,
You know, that's interesting, because it's like the one part of Samus's life that we never get any clarification on. Wasn't she raised by bird people? Didn't they make that armor? Why don't we ever hear anything about this? Why are they always dead?
They always like planted seeds, but they never fully developed anything. And I think it goes back as early as, just in terms of like the Samus Chozo relation. I might have brought this up in an earlier Metroid commentary, but in the Japanese version of Metroid Fusion, they added more ending images based on what you did. Like if you did 100% under 2 hours in hard mode or 100% on 2 hours in normal mode. A lot of the ending images show Samus's growth while being raised by the Chozo. But that's the only time they did something like that, but until they made Zero Mission. And even then, you know, that's not much either.
Okay, this part of the game kind of ticks me off because it's the only time where they play real music. And I really do like this song, but it's the only time, and that's why it bothers me.
What were you hoping to accomplish by going into Morph Ball mode at a time when you really need your footing?
You go faster.
Yeah, I get to the void faster. End me now.
It is interesting that they actually programmed the Morph Ball to fall backward faster in this sequence, though. Well, until you get the gravity suit.
All right, Samus is going for that 7-10 split. The ball has a mind of its own.
What a shot.
Actually, why was there never a Metroid bowling?
Because that would ruin the dignity of this franchise that has a pinball game.
Let's not forget that sort of ball game thing that came with Federation Force. What was it called?
Blast ball?
Blast ball.
That, yeah. There's that, too.
Oh, wait, hold on. There was a Metroid bowling game.
Oh!
I think it was part of
Missed.
WarioWare's. I think it was part of WarioWare's Smooth Moves on the Wii. It was based on Prime. It's very famous.
Was it? Were you actually trying to shoot straight into the elevator there?
My answer to that will always be yes.
Well, it didn't work.
The gravity suit in this game is lame. It's just like glowy purple thing.
Again, because I think it was Sakamoto that originally said that they thought the purple color scheme was just uninspired or lame.
Works in Prime 1. Thank you very much.
Works in Prime 1. Samus Return brought it back, and it looked awesome in Samus Returns. So yeah, suck it.
Actually,
like the purple
Samus
suit.
Returns made the unconventional move of portraying Samus in her gravity suit in the title screen before you even start the game.
No,
which is
that's it.
interesting.
That's it. It shows you how powered up you are when you reload a save file. I think is
Well,
how
yeah,
it is.
before you start the game, and this is from my completely new game before I had any save files at all, Samus in her spaceship cockpit was in the gravity suit.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad then. Anyway,
I like the purple suit, and I like this fight.
Oh, you see, this fight made me really happy because it's like, okay, you're backtracking and you're just like, oh, there's Nightmare, and then he comes back alive, and I'm like, holy shit, like that's awesome.
So it is very possible in the first few seconds to win this fight. If you load up a super missile as the fight just starts and you hit it in the face, you can essentially stun lock it.
Oh, really?
And unload like 3 other super missiles into it.
Oh, wow.
And it never gets a chance to do anything. I mean, if you don't get it, then this is the rest of the fight. He just shoots a lot of gravity orbs at you. You sense roll out of the way, you freeze the gravity generator, and then you aim super missiles.
Well, why would you need to freeze the gravity generator if you have the gravity suit, though?
So that you can aim at its face. I don't know. I mean, that's a good point. I didn't really think about that.
Oh well, your beam shots are drawn to the gravity generator, so I guess it makes a little bit of sense. But you know,
and so were your missiles. Your missiles would also be drawn to the gravity generator.
I just find it cool that you think the boss is dead and you come back and nope, it's still alive, bitch. I also believe in a cutscene later they do establish the BSL people like taking this thing away as well. Which is, I think, a cool...
it's not a cutscene, it's just implied, but you can revisit this area and the corpse is gone.
Yeah. So I do, if you go back in post-game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have to visit this area in post-game anyway because it's in the middle of your route.
Okay.
And then you'll find that the corpse is gone.
Yeah, so I do like that detail as well. It's just like, oh, cool, a giant gravity monster. Let's take it.
And it's dead.
That transition was terrible.
You mean the lack of transition?
Yeah, just sort of smash cut to the enemy exploding.
It's like a form reaction post, now that I think about it.
If this game had a boss rush mode, I probably actually would go back to it every now and again, I think. Because they're like the one legitimately fun thing in this game, I think.
Well, yeah, it's the part where the combat stops being kind of dull and repetitive and just starts to be kind of sort of fun.
I think the thing is that this combat system with the beams and whatnot, it makes it feel that's why they added overblasts and finisher moves, is because it allows you to get more in your face, which is what Team Ninja likes to do with like close melee stuff and things like that. The bosses allow the combat to feel flashy while also being long. What are you doing, John? With the acting drunk swimming or whatever. The bosses, since they have more health, they can be a little bit flashier while also long range, and so it feels more like Metroid, but also like this weird Team Ninja Metroid, which I actually kind of dig.
Huh.
I forgot that we had those. That's like the first one you've gotten, actually.
I think like the second. No, that's the. Yeah, right. I'm thinking of the E parts. It's so stupid. It's the worthless upgrade. Just make them E tanks.
I mean, granted, you've only found 5 of them so far, and most of them were.
But John, we can't be giving you too much health, or the game's too easy. Even though you really can't die in this game.
Well, if you watch this playthrough, I came pretty close.
Yeah, came close isn't the same as actually dying.
You know, this game actually is a little bit more stingy with E-Tanks than even Samus Returns was. And that game is...
Well, the difference is that the health doesn't really mean much in this game. In Samus Returns, it means everything.
Yeah, because you can refill your health whenever the hell you want. And also enemies don't do like 60 health per hit, which helps a lot.
The E-recovery tanks actually make the problem a little bit worse when you get them, because now you can recover to 2 full health bars.
Well, if it keeps me from doing concentration less, then I'll take it, because I hate that mechanic, but...
What it means is concentration is even more broken.
I guess the only thing to mitigate that is that you can only do concentration when you're less than a tank.
Which...
You can't, the only time you can concentrate any time is when you're reloading missiles. Health, no, you have to wait until your critical health.
But why, though? Why can't Samus just concentrate whenever she wants? Does she have... Like, did she not learn that in school, or something? Like, does she test poorly because she can't concentrate?
She was raised by math by people to get distracted at shiny things.
Well, you know what? It does make sense considering all the shit you collect in Metroid that she would be distracted by shiny things.
Of course, now you have the space jump and screw attack. It's just like, why are there even platforming sections?
You see. The backtracking in this game feels even more egregious when everything's a straight line. Because there's plenty of backtracking in Metroid, like that's part of the
Yeah.
you sign up for that when you play the game. But there's usually either easier paths, which I guess there kind of is. Like you were able to skip that forklift, not the lift puzzle with the speed booster. Like, but there's no new stuff to find really along the way. It's just a matter
There are a
of
few items that you can only get with the shine spark, but
it's not. It doesn't really feel like you're exploring. It just this game probably, if they were gonna make it this straightforward in finding out where you needed to go, wasn't going to be a factor. Because I think that's the difference, is that you never need to find out where you need to go. Even in Fusion in Zero Mission, where they tell you where everything is, you still have to find out how to get there. You don't really need to find out how to get there in Other M, because it's always a straight line.
Yeah. And Fusion also had the sequences where you have to find, like, the security unlock.
Or sections like the power plant in Sector 2, where, like, once you...
Yeah, or you had to do something to unlock the way to unlock the door to get through or something.
Or when the power went out and you had to restore auxiliary power.
Yeah, like,
you had no,
there's a lot of points in Metroid where you're just given... Metroid Fusion where you're just given a task and you don't know where you're supposed to go. So it just makes the backtracking here feel more lifeless, because honestly, John could probably have cut out all of that and we wouldn't have missed anything.
Oh, and by the time we get to the tail end of this, I'm cutting out a lot of backtracking, because we are literally in we've seen pretty much every single area of the game at this point, except the post-game area.
There's like never any point where there's a branching path, I guess, where even if the paths did lead to dead ends that you would have had to gone back to later, it just would have felt less like, okay, I gotta go here and then here and then here. It's not that different from Metroid in theory, because again, you backtrack and go from place to place in that, but it just feels less. It feels more lifeless.
So yeah, I could cut it out though, but we got to make that sweet YouTube Red money. In fact, I'm sanctioning now that all of our parts are an hour long.
Well, if you want to deal with editing and that, then be my guest. All right, I'm not gonna.
No, we don't. See, that's the thing. We don't edit at all. We do just leave everything in there. There's strange mouth noises, burps, belches,
Okay,
farts.
well, if you wanna have 6 GB parts and waste your hard drive space, then again, be my guest.
6 gigabytes? Wait, at an hour long? Ted? Really? What kind of low-ass video quality would that be? Hour-long videos on my computer are like 15 gigs, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I only process in 652p. It's, gotta save
I
space.
love potato quality.
What? What?
Gotta save space, man.
Is that even a resolution?
I
Probably.
use the Virtual Boy codec.